Hello, and welcome to Excel 2016. It's time to set things up for if we're going to print this document. Now, print tools aren't necessarily exactly where you'd expect them to be. Many of us anticipate that when we go to File and Print, we'll see everything we need to see here. But that's not entirely accurate. In fact, we're going to need to make sure that we set some print settings ahead of time using the Page Setup section of our Page Layout tab. Now, you do have access to the page setup in a limited capacity from the Print Preview menu, but it's important to note that this is the only way to gain access to all the tools available is through this setup process. So find Page Setup, and on the bottom right corner, you're going to see a little pop-out button. Give that a click. And this is going to give you the full page setup view. This is where we can control the page orientation, whether we're printing in portrait or landscape. We can also dictate how it scales. Do we want it to be real size, or do we want to fit it to a specific page? If we say fit to 1 page by 1 page, it will only fit this entire worksheet onto 1 page, no matter what, even if that means shrinking it down to an unreadable size. So do keep that in mind. Margins, of course, we can control the margins if we'd like to. If you need a little bit of extra space on the left for punching holes in to put into a binder, or maybe a little bit more at the top for notes. This is where you can input that there. Of course, throughout this entire process, by selecting Print Preview, you can get an idea of what this will look like. We also have access to headers and footers. If you'd like to put a date down at the bottom, maybe you'd like to put the location or name of the worksheet, the name of your company, how many pages there are. All these options are available inside the header and footer options. And lastly, the sheet, the most important part. Now, let's say, for example, we don't necessarily want everything to be printed, we just want to select area. For example, let's say we only want to print the notes. Well, by clicking inside the print area, I can actually highlight just the notes field. And with that having been highlighted, I'm going to go ahead and click Print Preview and check it out. That's all that's being printed. This is called Set Print Area. You can also find the Print Area button here in the Page Layout tab. To set the print area from here, simply click on the drop-down, click Clear Print Area to remove any existing print area fields, and let's say I'd like to print just this. I'll highlight all of it, set Print Area, and now, by going to File, Print, you'll see only the selected area now is being printed. To clear your print area, simply click on the drop-down and select Clear Print Area once again. And now, if I'd like to do anything else more with this, let's say, for example, I'd like to see what the page view will look like. I can go to the View tab, and I can use any of these workbook views, either to view specific page breaks, meaning I'll see any individual page separation. In this case here, because I've got it set to fit to a single page, I'm only seeing page 1. I can also see it in page layout. This is what many people consider to be actual print preview, because it actually shows the page as it will show when it prints. So there's a lot of control over what we can do here. But it all starts with knowing that these tools are available. Go ahead and take this opportunity to try these options out for yourself. Remember, to set any of the page setup options, we're going to be inside Page Layout, where we can control the margins, orientation of the page, how big the page is. For my Excel veterans, if you prefer that pop-out box we were using, select that pop-out in the bottom right corner of the Page Setup command group, and you'll get the full set of options available. Go ahead and try that for yourself, and then come back.